So I'm looking at the main camera right now, but sometimes it could be useful to just switch cameras. So I have a secondary camera now. That would be actually insane to do that for Let's Plays, but we're not doing that. I could actually fucking do that, especially since I get a dummy battery for this camera, and I already have a dummy battery for this camera, and audio is recorded separately anyway, so fuck yeah, I could do that. I can't have the main camera right in front of me as I do right now, because that's where the gameplay is, and the camera is just too big to just... You can't play a game like that. I would love for that to be a thing, but if I put it on top of the monitor, it's gonna be like way too high, because this is a 42-inch monitor. So that's probably not gonna happen, but I could. So I'm playing around a little with multi-camera just because I can. I have a Sony ZV-E10 and a Sony ZV-E1. Both do 4K 30 frames per second recording. The audio is going to be completely separate, so it doesn't matter if the audio is good from the camera. The quality of the image is supposed to be good. And I'm purposefully going closer with this one and more wide with this one, because I just want to see what I can do with that. Because that would be really interesting, because and the main narrator said to the main character, "It is time." You know, in theory, if I read a story, I could do different voices depending on what camera I'm looking at. Because in theory, I have at least one action cam, an older one from Sony that should do 4K 30, but it's a fisheye lens, so that I have to correct that, which is annoying. It's gonna look completely different. But I do have DJI Osmo thing. It's the stabilizer. I think that does even 4K 60, but it definitely does 4K 30. I kind of want to put that in a mix now, which would be stupid. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go triple camera, because this is complicated enough as it is. For editing, it would actually be interesting to use that editing keyboard I have, because that's specifically very useful for multi-camera, because I can just align them and then just press a button to switch camera, as they do in movie studios, or not even movie studios, more like live news studios. They do that, where you just switch camera on cue, and the operator just presses a button to change the camera. I love technical aspects like that, and I never get to use it, because what do I film that requires multiple cameras? I barely have enough ideas for single camera shoots, let alone multi-camera shoots. But I love that idea. I swear to God, if I had a good idea for a podcast and somebody to do a podcast with, I would set up both these cameras, multiple microphones. I would love that shit. But I have neither idea nor person to film with. Because who's going to sit down with me, film with me for a podcast? It doesn't matter whether it's in English or in German. I can easily do it in German as well. But who's going to talk to me on camera, and about what? That would actually be interesting for anyone. I certainly don't know. Hence, I'm not just doing tests like these. And that's it, because I love the technical aspects of this, but I'm creatively bankrupt, so I can't actually do anything. Just sad. But yeah, this is a multi-camera test with audio recorded separately. It's been going for about 4 minutes, 45 seconds. So yeah, good little test to see what can happen. I mean, if I want to do it aesthetically more pleasing, I can do it like this, because then you can actually see my mouth in both camera shots, not just in one. Also, I'm not centered in this camera, because I always gravitate toward the microphone, so I should probably adjust the camera. Yeah. But it doesn't matter, because this is just a test.